Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome live under the lights here. Richmond, that's right, up here in the Virginia State tonight for the NGRL Show Me the Green K&N series. These boys are about to pick it up here and put it down. Good group right now, which got accurate glass and mirrors. Checkmate Jiu-Jitsu here as our title sponsors. We'll welcome them here tonight. It's NGRL definitely throwing this thing out here. We're in the middle of qualifying right now. Man on point, Royce. He's fast. That dude's just bad fast. That's all we ever can say. Bad fast dudes. And like I say, some bad fast drivers, some bad fast cars on a bad fast little track tonight. That's right, Richmond. And this track's probably going to be a little slick and treacherous. But we got 16 of some bad boys out here about to get this thing done in NGRL. Well, welcome. Awesome. Appreciate it, Justin. How you doing? We're in the middle of qualifying right now. They're about to get set to get this thing out of the way here. As everybody, I think, pretty much has done their qualifying. Good shot at the boo sticker cars. Well, here we go. I'm gonna grid these things up here. That's right. There you go. Royce puts it on pole. Brian Littleton right there in second. Jeff Applegreen sitting in third. Terry Rennert there in fourth. Well, Matt Hoover out here tonight making his debut start here in the NGRL, starting fifth. Brian Miskell there in sixth. Trent Drum in seventh. Victor Wagner in eighth. Brian Stealth. There you go, sitting in ninth. And Roy Hyatt rounding in the top 10s. Look to the rest of the field. Wow, some action-packed star-studded guys here. It's going to be interesting to see who's who here at NGRL. Wow. All right, good deal, Justin. Heck yeah. Get back out here in that 43 machine you was talking about. Or 46, my bad. All right, here we go. So we're going to get set here. The pace car is going to take these guys around a little track, you know, and it's Richmond. And Richmond here is, I don't know, it's one of these tracks you got to be very careful. Like I say, Richmond International Speedway. And we're live here under the lights tonight with that man up front, the 76 machine. So here we go. The car's going to roll off here. Pace car's going to lead them around a couple laps. Get this thing underway. 115 laps. Folks are looking at lap 45. We're going to have a competition caution around lap 45. So if it goes green flag to that time, and we've had a couple of those, it could. But this is a very tricky track. It's going to be very, I don't know if it's going to go that way or not. Pace car's bringing them out of turn here. I think it's going to do like 2 laps around this place. Yep, it takes them around 2 laps here. Short tracks on Iracing take them around 2 laps. All right, here we go. Coming down the back stretch here. You feel it? Gonna get some excitement here tonight. K&N series. NGRL. Show me the green. Absolutely, Tristan. How you doing out there? Pace car's in. Here we go. Green flag's about to fly. A man up front, Royce, he's going to set the pace here as they head off into turn 1. Green flag, there we go. 76 gets a good jump. That 80 on the high side of him there, though, is going to try to battle him a little bit. These guys are going to have to be a little bit patient going in. If not, you know, they can get away from him coming out of these turns. These cars, man, are going to handle a little bit slick here, so it's going to be interesting to watch throughout this race. They are still duking it out door to door around here. You got the 95 now. They go a little single file up front as Royce takes on the lead. You got old Brian right there behind him. Terry Renner sitting in fourth behind him. Brian Miskell and Matt Hoover. They'll go side by side. That's old Dirt. And Matt Hoover himself got that Wrangler machine out here looking good. Good to see him over here, man, racing with these guys. As he's going to leave that door open just a little bit. Yeah, that's going to let Brian come right on the inside. And you're going to see that all night long. Crossover moves. It's just a matter of whether or not they can hold it or not. It's just very tricky down there on low. We're under caution. Well, it takes me back on the 25 machine. Oh, it is. That's the 25 of David Worrell. Had a very nice paint job. Back up battling it out. Almost 3 wide. Back up with old Roy. And Michael, he got the police car out there. Oh, yeah, he just overdrove it. Maybe a little bit too much brake. Looped it. Hang on to it. He's trying to hang on to it. Done a good driving job. That's just to show you how slick this thing is. Just looped it around. Well, that's going to kind of give you an idea just about how treacherous this track is out here tonight, folks. It is treacherous. They got to be very careful going into the turns, coming out of the turns. Yep. All right. Well, in the caution for the first time tonight here. Definitely looking good. That man out front, Royce, looking good. I appreciate everybody coming out here tonight, watching this awesome race. And so far, it's a good one. Look at old Davis. There we go. What's up, Davis? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. How are you?
Are we live?
We are live.
Oh, hey, what's going on? Figured I'd get in here and broadcast some races. Get my good buddy Joe White and see some awesome racing tonight.
Yeah, it's been a good one. It's a good start out here so far. Guys I think they're in for a treat though, man, because they got a tricky track out here. And Richmond usually brings that, as we just saw, it's a single car spin here, first caution. And basically he just went into the turn and it looped around on him. So just by seeing that and kind of knowing this track I've run before, I know you've run it yourself, it's very easy to spin one out coming out of turns.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And they're going to be running as little brake bias as possible to give it that more edge and get that car to turn more. And doing that, it's going to make it spin out that much easier. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, everybody, if you don't know who Davis Richards is, the man comes up on the ExtremeMotorsports99.com on Thursday nights in the booth with me. And last night, we had a thriller of a race there we called. And appreciate Davis, man, coming up here. And old Matt Hoover, his good buddy out there, he is running. Welcome old Matt here, first time for the NGRL Show Me the Green here at Richmond under the lights for the K&N Series. Right now, Matt's not looking too bad. He's sitting there in 5th. I tell you what, he's got some good guys up in front of him.
Oh, yeah, he does. I've never broadcasted or seen a race here, but I know some of these guys in this field, and he's definitely got his work cut out for him tonight. And, man, we'll see if he can get something going and see if he can wind himself in victory lane by the time the night's over with.
Yep, it's going to take some patience, I believe, with this kind of tricky track. Here we go, getting ready to go back green flag racing. Royce is what I call him, the man out front. He is definitely very fast. Watched him throughout the truck series, has paced cars in. He wastes no time in the golf machine and takes off. Got that 80 on the backside of it. That's Brian Littleton right there. And old Jeff Applegreen, you know him by the Cup Series, and Terry Renard also. I told you he was the Owl, man. Over here, they love nicknames, by the way, Davis. Owl, Brian Miskell, he goes by Dirt, and I don't see the other guy out here. You see another guy out there by the name of Stealth.
Well, they picked the right broadcaster if they like nicknames. Joe's got a nickname for everyone.
Absolutely. I come over here and I saw it and I said, it's awesome, man. And it was a good battle right now. I see old Matt, he's trying to take over that, looks like about the 4th place spot. We got a good battle for 2nd. There's a 95 of Jeff's on the inside of Brian. They'll go side by side. The man who's benefiting from this, that's old Royce up there. He's checking out. Here comes Matt. The thing about it is, though, you're on that inside. How long can you stay on that inside before that car becomes treacherously loose?
Oh, well, man, you can probably keep it down there for about 5 or so laps, and after that, you're just playing with deadly water, and it's just going to hurt you in the long run, especially if you get some long green flag runs. That car is just going to lose all its tire wear. You're going to lose all your momentum, and it's going to be a long green flag run if you're not able to take care of your equipment.
Absolutely. Well, we're talking about old Brian Miskell right there. He used to have the dirt in the middle of his thing, so that's how I got about his nickname. He's dirt, man, kicking dirt up around here. Old Victor Wagner right there, and old Boo. That's not his real name, but he goes by Boo. So he's out here booing everybody.
Well, hey, Halloween's coming up next week, so you might have something in store. Might get a little treat.
There you go. Well, still a good battle right there. You've got Terry Rennert. Looks like he's got the, I don't know what car he's got back out again, but he's got an evil-looking eyeballs on the backside of that thing.
Oh, yeah, it's not showing up on mine. I can't really see it, but I'll take your word for it. How about that?
Yeah, it's a Twilight something. I'll have to get a rundown order here eventually, and we'll showcase some of the paint jobs. Terry always comes out with some unusual style paint jobs. Behind him, he's got old Victor Wagner and Brian Miskell, and there's Boo right there. Scott Page and Trent Drum and some other ones there running about 9th and 10th. It's like they're spread out. Now, another thing, Davis, we got to look for, it's 115 laps here. They do a competition caution at lap 45. And what that does is, in case the field gets spread out, long green flag, it gives the guys an opportunity to all get bunched back up. They do it in this series. It's kind of cool. They do it like a halfway point. So another thing, to give them 2 fast fixes here. So you know, getting a bad wreck or so forth, you can get back out there and get going again.
Yeah, that's always good to see these cars, especially at Richmond, because there's just going to be some beating and banging as we get closer to the end of this race, and hopefully they're able to hold on to those fast fixes and able to use them when it counts.
Yeah, no doubt. I tell you, the good thing about like David, when he spun a little bit ago, he didn't hit anything. He just spun that thing around and looped it. Good thing he didn't tap a wall, so he probably didn't have to use one of them. There's a good battle going on here between old Victor and the 33 machine there of Brian. Brian, he was in a world of a battle last week in the Truck Series for points and whatnot. Well, with 115 laps of this race, being as short as this track is, I think this track's only, a mile long? Maybe a little bit over a mile or 3/4?
0.7 miles, 3/4.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. It was somewhere around that area. I didn't have the 100% facts on it, but 115, they'll blow through this, going through some green flag runs, and especially being spread out like they are now. Over the run, though, Davis, we're going to start seeing guys, man, tire management.
Yeah, you talk about tire management, and it's going to be interesting to see and watch and see how it plays out, especially with Royce. He's got about a 2.5-second lead over Brian, so it's going to be interesting to see if Brian's able to close that gap as we get longer and longer on this green flag run.
Yep, 100% there on that one, and so far these guys doing a phenomenal job here. As let's just bring up our little thing here. Terry Rennert right there, currently sitting in 5th. Get a folks an idea out there. Matt Hoover, hey, he's still trucking along there in 4th. You know, not much practice out here. Again, got some good competition, good battle going on here though for 2nd. Well, I'll tell you that Jeff, he's all over the back end of Brian.
Yeah, he definitely is. I'm watching that battle right now, and it looks like he's got something for him. See if he can try to get underneath him, going into the corner, and try to pass him if he comes out of 2.
Yeah, well, now, you know, and to talk about the guy in Brian in the 80 machine, he drives a truck that's got Milwaukee on it, and it's got Intel, and I always call it the intelligent beer truck. Well, tonight, he's got beer and tools, so I guess it's a drunk mechanic.
Hey, there you go. See, he's got the Michelob Ultra and the Mac tools. Yeah, drunk mechanic. There we go.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, it's always good. Like I say, man, this guy's got some unique and awesome paint jobs out here sporting around. But right now, he's got that 95, though. And that's Jeff Owl back there hooping away around the track here in the 95 machine, all over his back deck lid. And the man out front loving it, that's Royce. He is checking out how I've watched that guy run, Davis. Very fast. He gets out here on this track, and even in the truck series here, wow, it's just, man, he burns it up.
He's definitely got it. That last lap he ran a 21.039. Brian Littleton in second ran a 21.3. So he's about a 3/10 to 2 to 3/10 faster than the entire field, and he is just running away with the lead right now.
Absolutely, man, out there got his whole doggone world and zip code going on. Good battle still brewing right here in the second spot. As old Matt Hoover's hanging on to the fourth place right there, along with Terry Rennert sitting in fifth, Brian Miskell sitting in sixth, Scott Page seventh, Victor Wagner eighth, and Trent Drum ninth, and old Boo, he's back there hanging on in the top 10. So good slow field right here as we're at lap 25 of 115. Keep in mind, we're going to have a competition caution around lap 45, and that way it will kind of, if they get spread out too far, it'll bunch them right back up again.
Yeah, and you know, I think some of these drivers got that in mind, so they might be trying something a little bit different, trying different lines around the track while they can, because they know they're going to get that competition caution. So if they go a couple laps and it takes them back in the field, or they lose time on the leader, they're able to, hey, I figured that out, I don't need to do that again, and then they're able to capitalize on it after the competition caution.
Yeah, because you'll have another long run there, and if it goes green the rest of the way all the way through, like you just said, this long green flag will give you an idea of what I need to do for pretty much the second half of the race, is what we'll call it. As like right now, you know, Terry Rennert's ran down the 13 of the Matt Hoover, and he's going to try to give him see if he can't pass him here. So Matt might be trying some new things out there, might be saying, okay, what can I do with the car on a long run? Because this is a tricky track. I mean, it's a track that fools you. When I drove it, it's a track, and we're in the caution. Just happened to notice that.
Yeah, I was gonna say something, but I got in a little trouble for the last race for yelling caution, so I just decided to let Joe keep on talking.
Hey, it took me back to David, but I don't think he's the cause of the caution, was it?
I didn't see it on the track, but David just went a lap down, so.
Well, let's see. He's in the pit lane here. Let's see if he comes out of pit lane. I rewound it back here. And let's see if he maybe just lost it coming out here again. And sometimes iRacing sends me back to... Ooh, he almost spun it coming out of there. All right, let's see. We'll watch here just a few. That's who it took me back to, folks, so either way. And
well,
what's that?
I was going to say, as these drivers are going down pit road right here, the guy in the 10th place position, Boo, he stayed out, and he's got the lead right now, but he's going to have older set of tires on his car.
Yeah, I don't know if he's planning. I mean, obviously we got that competition caution here in about the next, maybe less than 15 laps or so. As been watching this replay, I don't see, man, what's up with David. I don't know if he was the cause or not, if he spun out, but I don't know, man. Sometimes iRacing, man, just... who knows?
Yeah, it can be a little tricky sometimes. Another thing to keep an eye on, too, is we were getting that green flag run. I was watching the leader, and he was starting to enter some lap traffic. So that's also a thing to keep an eye on, too, as you go throughout this race, especially if we get another long green flag run like we just had. That lap traffic, you know, he had a 3.5 second lead, but he gets around the wrong cars in lap traffic, and that lead can diminish like that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a Roy Hyatt right there. First man 3 laps down, obviously, and then Michael Allward out there. He got the police machine. And Roy out there running the Cyberdyne systems. He got the Terminator running and the 00.
They got some cool paint schemes out here, Joe.
They do, man. These guys put a lot of work in their paint jobs. We'll get back here green flag running. They get settled out a little bit. We'll try to go through the running order. I like a lot of what these guys do with their paint jobs. I mean, they take the time and effort. A lot of their trucks that they have in their series, they definitely look good. And I mean, I don't know who does their paints, but they definitely, man, turned out pretty good.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Maybe we can get a word with them and we can find out who does their paints to give the viewers an idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll see. Maybe we'll get on this competition caution. We'll get 1 or 2 of them up here. I'm just curious on that 18 if he's just maybe trying to bank on for when the competition caution comes out. He'll know he can go in and get tires, and then maybe I don't think he can make it all the way.
In the race on fuel?
45. They got 45%. There'd be no way he could go he'd have to go 70 and what, 65 laps, roughly.
Yeah, I don't see that happening either, Joe.
Yeah, his tires were either the tires are going to give out by then, or that fuel is on a 45% fuel load.
Well, hey, he gave us something to talk about, and it's going to make this restart interesting.
Absolutely. Well, he's out front, got the Snicker machine right there. Royce is on the inside. He's got gas. So, well, I guess that's what you get at a when you go to one of the stores.
Yeah, some Snickers and some gas.
Absolutely. Man behind him, well, he's got beer and tools.
There you go. Just get about a 12-pack of Michelob Ultra, and you're set to go.
Woo! Well, let's hope he's not driving and drinking no Michelob Ultras while he's out here right now. All right, well, that pace car's coming down the back stretch here. And we're going to see here if it was a good idea for him to stay out in that Snicker machine. And number 18, Abu, he's up front. And he might be saying, well, you know, my name's Boo. It's October, Halloween. I might try to scare everybody. It would be a scare for that 95. Because, you know, he could spin the tires. But he does get a good jump. Anticipated it well there as he takes off. We'll see what happens when he goes into turn one, what Royce is going to be able to do there. And behind him, the 95's got the 4 of Terry Rennert right there. The 80 on the inside of Brian. As everybody, now he's blinking a lot. And that's not what you want to do. And they can't contact.
We got about 2-3 cars involved in that, and I was watching the 13 of Matt Hoover, and he escaped that with the skin of his teeth.
Yeah, he did. Now, I'm going to tell you what happened right there, folks. You're going to see here on this replay. The 18 machine was blinking, and the 95 of Jeff, he was actually just trying to avoid that blinking. He blinked in front of him. When he did, he turned that thing hard right and almost lost it, come out of turn, got contact with the 80. And you talk about Matt. Wow, look at that. Look at. Oh, well, he did get a little damage on the front nose, but not much. So, but he got through it. Wow.
Yeah, that was really impressive. And the thing about here, too, if you just got a little bit of front damage, I would still hold on to that faster pair because a little bit of front damage, a little bit of side damage is not going to affect you on a track like this at Richmond.
Yeah, and that's a good point there, Davis. It's a short track. Not really, don't want to say, you know, aerodynamics don't ever play a factor, but yeah, you could have some, you know, punched in fenders and whatnot. Now, I would say that the guy that this actually benefited would have been the 18 machine, but really not because it was so quick. I mean, you know, everybody's come in. Obviously, they're not going to come in for tires. Just got started, but yeah, the 18 was blinking. 95 just went to go avoid him, and the 80 was there. Just one of those racing deals. They came in contact with each other.
Yeah, and then one thing too is, these drivers got to think about is, if you come in right now, like Matt Hoover, if you were to come in right now, get his damage fixed, get 4 fresh tires, even though he just came in 2 laps ago, but when you get that competition caution, stay out, but just be really easy on your tires, and then stay out when we get that competition caution, you find yourself top 2, top 3, maybe even in the lead.
Absolutely. Well, it looks like Matt's going to opt to maybe just take it to lap 45, because when we go back green flag, it's probably going to be around lap, when they cross the line, it's probably going to be lap 40, so about another 5 laps into that one. You know, this is just a typical Richmond International Speedway. Very tricky track, very slidey style track, but obviously these guys have been able to manhandle it pretty good here tonight here at Richmond International Speedway under the lights here for the NGRL Show Me the Green. That's right, the K&N series here, folks. Short track racing. That's what you gotta love with these cars, and that's another thing I love is short track racing here.
Oh yeah, short track race is one of the funnest tracks to drive, and it's one of the funnest tracks to watch too. You got Richmond, Bristol, Martinsville, all of those tracks. They're such a blast, especially Richmond. And I don't know if you heard it or not, but they're redoing the infield in the actual Richmond racetrack.
Oh, okay, cool, awesome. Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken too, here they actually do Bristol here. They run Bristol in this series, so you know, obviously I always love the Bristol races. I have to look at the schedule. I can't remember it. That's all right, Brandon out there. Hey, as always, man, check out what's going here. Come on back out here next week, man. We understand family stuff comes up, whatnot. It's been a good one so far. Like I say, typical. You know, Richmond, they're going to get fanned out. You see a little bit of, you know, guys trying to go side by side. Like what we were talking about there, Davis. You got to be very careful because you can lose it up underneath one or push up into the guy up in the outside.
Yep, you do. Especially on right now. I mean, we only had like 2 laps in those tires. So those tires, they got a little bit of heat on them, and now under caution, they've cooled down, and then you're going to put some more heat into them, and that just adds to the tire wear and adds to degrading them.
Absolutely. Well, you know, that's well. We should go under another, like I say, caution here. I would think everybody would come in and take 4 tires at that point.
Yeah, but we've seen the 76 of Royce, and we seen him had that 3.5-second lead. You know, some of these drivers might try something different just to get around him and get past him and get ahead of him.
Think anybody would take 2?
Oh, yeah, I think we'll see a couple people take 2.
All right, good deal. Well, here we go. Going to get back to green flag racing. Pace car's coming out of turn 4. Drops off on it. Well, Royce, he wastes no time out front getting them going. Terry Rennert's right there behind him. Good start by everybody. Matt's able to get up underneath there. Brian didn't get the start. He won it in 33. Let's see if that damage hinders him a little bit in that 13 machine of Matt. Right now looks okay as he pulls that machine up in the 4th place spot.
Yeah, and the one thing about the competition caution is going to help him because he's able to use these 5 laps, see if something's wrong, see if maybe he needs to use that fast repair. Maybe he can fix it on pit road, or maybe he says, hey, it's good to go. I'm good to go to the finish.
Absolutely. It'll give him a good idea, like you just said, of just how competitive that car is with it. Do I do the optional? Do I use one of the fast fixes? Even though they have 2, you got to think about it. It's still a short track. Anything can happen. So we've got a good battle going on here with the 12th or 8th place cars there. That's Trent Drum along with Scott Page back there. David Worrell spun earlier on. He's trying to bring that thing to the front in that 25. And behind it, and as we say that, well, that's a simultaneous spin right there, and they held on to it.
They were in synchronization right there, but both of the drivers were able to hold on to it, and we're still under green.
You know, and that's the same thing that happened to him earlier. It brought the caution out. They went into the turn. So let me ask you this. That's just what, too much brake bias on the rear, ain't it?
Yes, sir. That's what it is. It's way too much brake bias. You brake to get into that turn, and it just spun around on them.
Yep. You know, that's the thing. Using term of brake bias, folks, is you can actually control the car, whether or not what you want it to spin out or not, and how fast you want it to stop. Problem is, you better have a very, very light foot on that brake if you want to use a lot towards the rear. Road racers are the most that use brake bias to the tuning aspect. Not so much in oval. They do use it. Don't want to say they don't, but it's not as a I don't know, as a big concern as it would be going in a 100 mile an hour into a turn that you got to come all the way down to 20 mile an hour into.
Oh yeah, most definitely. But I'm getting these drivers are on fixed setups, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, but in the fixed setups, man, these drivers will try anything. You only get 3 things to change: brake bias, your steering ratio, and your offset. And with these fixed setups, and everyone we're under caution. Oh, it's for the
Yeah, competition caution. You're right.
The competition caution. But like I was saying, is these drivers, they'll try any little thing just to give them that slight advantage, because that's how close it is.
Absolutely. Well, this will give us a chance here to let me see who's up here in the teams here in the pits. Maybe somebody we can get a talk in with. We can get a talk in with Matt and see how he feels out there. Let him get through his pit stop right fast. Don't really like to interrupt them while they're doing their pit stops. Try to keep their concentration on that, you know.
Yeah, and I'm watching them go down pit road. It looks like everyone on the lead lap opted to come down pit road. Now the question is going to be, are they going to take 4 or are they going to take 2?
Well, watching them right now, it looks like most of them are going to opt for 4 tires. The way the pace of this race has been, I'd probably see, 4 tires.
Yep, no one decided to risk it. Everyone took 4.
Yeah, because you never know how long this thing might go green. You take 2 at this point, it could go green the rest of the way. Let's bring up old Matt here, man. Let's get talking with him, Davis.
10-4. Hey, Matt. This is Davis Richards up here in the OSR Network booth. And we're watching you. You got into a little bit of front-end damage there. How's that affecting your car?
Hey, Davis. I don't know if it's really affecting me too much. This aero package really doesn't take too much of effect on this track. I don't know if you guys saw that accident and how I even made it through there, but I'm thankful just to be alive.
Oh yeah, we were watching you right there, and I said, "Wow, Matt made it by the skin of his teeth." Yeah, I'm looking at your car right now. You just got a little bit of front end damage on your left front fender. Doesn't look like it's gonna affect you too bad. But hey, you think you got anything over there for the leader, Royce? I don't want to mess his last name up, so we'll just say Royce.
I'm gonna say at this point, no way. This guy is lightning fast. It's been a long time since I've been on a short track. That boy's bad.
Yes, sir, he is. He definitely is. You got that right. Well, hey, Matt, we'll let you go back there and the team speak, and we'll look forward to hearing you later tonight, and good luck to you.
Thanks, boys.
All right, that's Matt Hoover out there in 13. And yeah, it's like I was telling you before there, Davis. Royce out front, I've seen him run. He is definitely fast out here when he puts out that car or truck, either one. As we're going to get set here to go back. Green flag racing here shortly. It's going to be lap probably 51 or 52 when they go back green. So we're clicking these things off.
Yes, we are, and before we know it, we'll be at the end of this race, but we're not just about halfway. Yeah, what'd you say, 125? No, 115, and we're at lap 50 right now.
Yeah, and being a short track, it'll bust them off here pretty quick. I mean, we've had some pretty good, short green flag runs, and that's usually what we're looking at here. So get set to go back green flag again. The man out front, Royce, Terry Rennert right there. Matt's coming in third. Victor Wagner sitting in fourth. Scott Page in fifth. We're under the lights here tonight, folks, for Richmond International Speedway. The NGRL Show Me the Green K&N Series. Got Davis up here in the booth, man, calling this action with me.
Show me the green. I like that.
It is. Actually, it's a money series here. They actually, I forgot how much it was. I know, shame on me. I should know that. But they do offer something as prizes and whatnot here. So here we go. Green flags in the air. And boy, Royce, he gets another good jump out there. Is he going to cross the line? It's going to be lap 51 or 115. Matt's going to try to hold off the charge there, that 8 machine. That's old Brian Stealth. Always told me he's in stealth mode. Yeah,
I was watching Matt Hoover on that restart. It looked like he tried to jump the start right there, but he jumped it at the wrong time, so he had to let off. And as soon as Royce seen that, Royce gunned it, and it kind of cost Matt a couple positions.
Yeah, one man on the move right now, Scott Page in the 77 machine. He's got Brian right there behind him in the 80 as they go flying around that number 8 machine there of Stealth. And right behind him, though, you've got old Brian Miskell in the mix.
Oh, look at Matt Hoover gets loose right there. He was trying to make a move on the 14 on the bottom side, but hit that apron and got loose. But now we see the 77 of Scott Page getting under him. Is going to take that spot away.
Yeah, he's going to lose a couple spots on there. That's another thing. Flirt with disaster on that apron down there will upset these cars and make them very loose. And David is just not having the night he wants. Coming out of the turn sideways, going into the turn sideways. Good save by him back there.
Someone needs to tell him it's not a drifting event. We got a NASCAR event.
Yeah, we're not on dirt either. There we go. Hey, but if it was drifting, he'd get a 10.
There we go, hey.
Well, we got a good battle, man, going on. There's like a dog fight going on right here. That's actually for Scott Page, the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th and 9th spot. All these cars are just like side by side, nose to tail.
Yeah, it's a lot like we've seen last night right here, but they're 2-3 wide, man. We see Matt Hoover go to the bottom, and the 77 of Scott Page, he's going to try to regain that position. And the 14, he was a little late getting on, or a little early getting on the brakes, but look at that exit speed he brings out coming out of 4.
Yeah, it does. Right now, we were talking about the inside. Looks like that inside's working pretty good over the high side right now.
Yeah, it's honestly right. I've been paying attention to it. It looks like the low side is the way to go on the restarts. But once the tires start wearing down, we're going to see that high side come more into play.
Yeah, they all fan out a little bit there. And then old Matt's going up underneath the 14 machine there, Victor Wagner. As he's going to try to bring probably the 33 of Brian right there behind him. And they got Jeff behind them. So a good group of drivers, good group of cars there. Just bringing them back up to the front. Well, Royce, the man out front, though, in that 76. He's checking out again. 1.9 second lead over Terry Rennert.
Yeah, man, he was just able to get on that restart, and he was able just to fly off. And I'm really interested to see if we can get a long green flag run to see how Roy's car handles on a long green flag run, especially when he catches lap traffic.
Yeah, absolutely. He definitely will catch it very quickly. He keeps going at the pace he's going. I'm still watching this battle going on. There's Matt, Brian, Jeff. I mean, they are all right there just tearing bumpers up on each other.
Yeah, you could put a blanket over them. They're so close together. As we see the 77 of Scott Page go underneath the 14. Looks like he's going to try to take that position, but the 14 said, hey, I'm coming back at it. I ain't going to give you that one for free.
Absolutely not, as they'll go side by side in the turns. We'll see if that low line prevails coming out of the turn, or if he can take that high line, the momentum, as they come through this kind of like a sweeping style, kind of a oval, so to speak, as a front stretch.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you a secret, Joe. I actually hate this track, racing it. It's really difficult. You got to know how to use the brakes, especially on the long green flag runs like we were talking about. This track can be really tricky at times.
Well, that's what I said. You're right. Tricky, as in the fact of it'll fool you. You think you've got the grip down low, and then you head into the turn, and the way that this is a shape style front stretch and whatnot, and the way the turns are, it definitely, it all of a sudden like snaps loose on you.
Yeah, it does, especially because, it's got about a medium-style banking to it, but it doesn't have the bankings like we have on the mile and a half, and it doesn't have the banking like we have it. And we see the 33 is getting loose, and wow, what a save he does.
Yeah, he does, right there in front of the pack. Could have been disastrous there on the 33. That's Brian. We saw that in real time there, and that's exactly what we were just talking about. Got to be very mindful and very careful going here, and I think, it's lap 63. They're on their tires about 10 or 11 laps now. I think we're going to start seeing guys who are conserving tires and guys who are really running these things hard.
Yes, sir. Most definitely we are, and still paying attention right here at Matt Hoover and Al. Is it Al? Right. Yeah, with the blue car. Yeah, Al. Yeah, see him right there. They got a good battle shaping out right here. Yeah,
they do. They're running nose to tail right now. They're still using that low line. Well, as we see Jeff's coming out there, he's doing a good drift job.
Yeah, it looks like these drivers have got a handle. We're seeing them drifting and turning and holding on to it every single turn.
Yeah, it's surprising too with the track temp out here. It's only 78 degrees.
It is, and with the cooler track temps, you're going to have more grip. But with the hotter track temps like we had last night at Las Vegas, they had about 104-degree track temps. So that definitely plays into it, and I'm really kind of shocked here these drivers are having such a hard time.
I've come to realize here on iRacing, because normally in a real time, obviously a hot track's a slick track. Cool track usually got more grip and should be tight. I've come to realize that here in iRacing, that is just like totally opposite.
Yeah, it is. And also, something I just looked at is they started this track out with 0% tire wear, which means you can, in iRacing, you can set your tire wear to 10, 20, 30, 40%. And the more tire wear you have, the more grippier the track's going to be. So maybe later here in the race, the track is going to start picking up more grip and is essentially going to become faster and tighter. That's
right. Well, like you just emphasize on that, you can see the darker areas of the track. The more rubber they lay down, they're going to have to start searching around. They might have to eventually come off of that low line. The only person that's definitely not coming off of anything, that's the 76. He is checking out. 4.7 second lead right now over Brian.
Yeah, and I was talking about it earlier. Maybe these drivers are trying to search and find something for that competition caution. Well, it looks like Royce found it.
Yes, he did. Blazing out there. Brian makes the pass on Terry for the second spot. Matt still holding on to fourth. He's got Jeff all over his back deck lid. Scott Page is right there in the 77. Victor Wagner's back there. Got old Brian Miskell. He's in the mix still. Brian Stealth right there. I guess it would be a good time to kind of run out here. And we'll do our normal OSR Network rundown order here for the folks and show off some of these awesome paint jobs these guys. That's the wrong one. Well, camera view there. If I can get the right one, would be all right. There we go. Well, the man out front, Royce, he's put it on pole. Currently leading this one, that 76 machine. Behind him, Brian Littleton right there. Got the Miller Lite machine, or Michelob, machine there in second. Behind him, Terry Renner. And we got a close-up of it, and it says it's Twilight something. So he's got like a My Little Pony on the hood this week, and an evil looking something on the back side of it. So, wow. He's got something cute on the hood and mean on the back. But currently running third place right now for fifth place man, Matt Hoover. As he's been in a battle right now side to side with Jeff Al, he's showing fifth, but it's either going to be fifth and fourth place right there. Sixth place, Scott Page. Seventh place, Brian Miskell right there. Got that AC Delco machine up there, calling dirt. He's kicking it up tonight. 8th place man Victor Wagner got the Ant machine out there running around. 9th place man Brian Stealth in stealth mode in his Bud machine. And he's looking good. He's currently right now 9th place. 10th place man Trent Drum. And 11th place man there, Adam Novak. He's running pretty good. Good little hockey paint job he's got on that thing. And David Worrell, always liked that paint job he's got. Marvel machine. Nice looking one there. He's currently in 12th. And he's had his hands full all night long. Behind him in 13th, there's the police. Watch out, man. He's going to get some tickets if they don't get out the way. That's Michael Allward right there in the 13th position. And 14th, there's old Roy. Roy's got the Cyberdyne System Terminator out there, the 00. And what I like about him is his family members and all watch him race week in and week out. Right now in the 14th spot. And behind, we got one car out of the race. That's Boo and Stan Stinson. They didn't make the field here tonight, but that takes us back up to the front. The man who was dominating 76. That's Royce right there. He's got a 5.4 second lead.
And he's starting to catch some lap traffic right now as he goes below the 44 of Adam Novak to take him a lap down. The next one's going to be the number 12 of Trent Drum.
Yeah, it is. I mean, he's going to start picking them up and putting them down here very soon. We've got 40 laps to go. This thing goes by a green flag. It'll go by pretty quick because, I mean, they got some pretty fast lap times, 21 seconds here. I noticed his last lap time was a 21. Well, he just ran a 21.3. That's a 10th faster than Brian out there.
He's definitely picking them off and taking names right here. Man, I got to figure out what his secret is.
Yeah, no doubt. I watch him in the trucks, too, and he does the same thing. So he's very fast, very consistent. Brian's running pretty fast times, but he's still several hundreds off of him.
Yeah, as I'm watching Royce, he's not making a mistake. He's, like you said, he's so consistent. He's running every lap like the last one, and he's not messing up.
No, he's not. And Brian, in the second spot, oh, he just ran a 21.295. The problem is, man out front ran a 21.258. So, I mean, Brian's running some fast times out here, just not quite fast enough.
Yeah, and I just looked at Brian's times in that last one. He just ran a 21.4, so he's able to keep up with the times of Royce, but then he'll have a 21.4 or a lap that's a 10th or so slower, so he's just not being consistent. But with Royce, he's just running the same exact lap times over and over and over again.
Absolutely. What's going on, Michelle, out there? How you doing? Well, it's, what do you see out here that you might do different out here, Davis?
I mean, you got to hope for a caution right now, and you can't take 2. You got to take 4 tires, and you just gotta hope maybe one of these lap traffics gets in front of Royce, and it doesn't take him out, but just gives him a little bit of trouble and allows his field to catch up to him and try something.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, caution right now would be beneficial to probably some of these guys behind him. If it stays green, he's going to put a hurting. I mean, right now we got 9 cars on the lead lap. And like I say, I want to appreciate everybody coming out here tonight. As always, we're under the lights here. Richmond International Speedway, folks, for the NGRL Show Me the Green K&N Series. Right now, Royce out front is talking about show me the checkered flag.
Oh, he definitely is. And another thing you talked about what I would do is, man, you just got to keep searching for grips, searching for a line. I'm seeing Royce, he's just riding the bottom line, and he's coming up, riding the bottom line, and he's coming up to the thing. These drivers maybe try another line, try the high side, try the middle side, see if you can get something to work.
Yep. Well, definitely is one thing about it is if they go in their green flag pit stops, Matt's going to have to use one of those fast fixes and get that car fixed. Hopefully it'll pick him up a little bit. I see Terry Rennert right now has been able to run him down on a long run, and all these guys are going to be able to learn something on this long run. Have they learned enough though? And that's another thing. Do you take 2 tires? Do you gamble? I mean, that's a long way.
The only time I would take 2 tires is say if we get a caution and it's within like 6 or 7 laps to go and it's going to go green, you know, within the next few laps. And yeah, I'd take 2 just to risk it because what's it going to hurt? But other than that, you got to take 4.
Well, at what point do we start seeing the green flag runs?
Well, you know, we're on lap 86 here. I mean, I think it's going to be any single lap. I don't know the exact number on the fuel, but I would think we should be seeing green flag pit stops within the next 10 or so laps.
I agree with you there. That's what I'm thinking because, you know, they came in, what, about lap 48, 49? So we're up there in the 80s now. So with a 45% fuel load, can't do the math technically in my head right off, but I'm gonna say what, probably maybe about 40 laps they can go.
Yeah, 40, 50 or so. I'd say just around that number.
Right. And I guess that would bring the next question, because you got guys out there like David and way off the cycle, under caution and so forth. Do you see anybody that actually might try to stretch this thing?
I think it's just going to be too far to stretch it, but another thing they could do is early pit early, and then that way they're able to make up some time against the leader.
Well, never mind. I think we're under caution.
Every single time we talk about it, Joe, what happens?
Absolutely. And that actually happened around Matt Hoover. David, boy, he took me back to David again, but I don't think that was him. And I know I just saw it happen in front of Matt. Let me go back on Matt here for a second. I think he escaped it. Boy, it was right there in front of him. Let's go and watch this replay. And, you know, these guys have been out here for a while. Tire wear. Obviously, track getting a lot slick. Let's see if we can go right here. Watching it. Like I said, I saw the car go flying across his hood, or right in front of him somewhere.
It looks like it was the 12 of Trenton Drum. It looks like he came out of 2 and he hit the wall, and then Matt was just running his line and didn't expect that, and then he got into the 12 and it spun him out. All
right. Yeah, I take it back 20 seconds, and 20 seconds is almost a lap back, so that's why it takes so long to get back up to it. Forgot about this really short track. I'll probably just need to do 15 seconds.
Luckily for Matt, though, it doesn't look like he got that much damage, but hey, you know, we've only got about 25 laps left, so we can afford to use one of those faster pairs.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I mean, at any point, even with the green flag stop, he was going to have to eventually use one of those, because we were, you know, laps are winding down. You can't just bank on another caution. You don't want to do that, because you never know, it might not come out, and then, you know, then shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yep, 10-4 on that one, and we're going to get ready for a restart here. We're going to see if anything has anything for the number 76 of Royce. And how do you say that last name, Joe?
I have no clue. I've asked him before. I've asked him before, and he's told me. And I've tried it, and he's happy with Royce, and that's a good deal.
All right, well, there we go. We'll just call him Royce.
That's it. He's good. I've interviewed him a couple times, so yeah.
Well, they're going to do another couple pace laps here, and they're all going to get lined up. We're going to have us a restart with about, what did you say, 22 to go, 21 to go?
That's it, about 21, 22 to go, and it's going to be a good one here. Out front, Royce is going to be there. Brian's going to be behind him. Jeff's going to be there. So at this point, if you're those guys behind him, what do you do?
Got to try something. You got to hope, you know, you got to try to jump that restart before he does. And one thing you got to be aware of, you can't go ahead of him on the restart until the lights turn green. Once the lights turn green, you can pass the cars on the outside. But you got to try to jump that restart, get under him going into one, and just hopefully you're able to make it stick. You don't wreck anyone. You're able to pull off the lead, and then after that, block for your dear life.
Absolutely. Because when we go back green, it's going to be about 21, 22 when they cross the line. It's getting back to that time, go time. I mean, it's run what you brung. What's going on, John, out there? How you doing? Well, you're not that late. Came in just right before the party man got started. John saw the owl out there.
Well, hey. Y'all viewers, if you got any friends, you got any family, hey, tell them to tune in right now, because they're doubled up right now, and you're going to see one heck of a restart. If you miss the rest of the race, hey, you can still make it and watch this exciting finish, because it is going to be a fun one.
Yes, it is, and you're right, as the pace car's coming out of turn here to set them back going green flag out front. You got to think, Brian's got to be thinking, I got to get a start, got to get a start. You can't jump that start, but There he goes. He get a little bit of a good start on him that time. And Royce didn't get too far out. But they're just going to have to drive the wheels off this thing to catch him.
And the 88, or is that the 88? That was the
80.
Yeah, the 80. The 80. I'm sorry. He tried it. He just went barrel rolling into that corner. I thought he was going to take it. He's in the inside of the number 76. What's he going to? Is he going to make it stick? Is he going to be able to pass him?
Well, I'll tell you what. Right now, hey, you got to drive that thing like it's the last lap and do it. And then we've not seen anybody all night long pressure that 76 up front. That's probably what we need to see. Somebody get up there and pressure him and see if they actually can. But we've seen that inside lane work.
He's got to keep him on the outside. He's got to pinch him as he gets loose. He gets loose. They're right into each other. And that's because they're 4 wide right now.
Man, and they went up into the wall, and boy, they were all right there. 76 almost cremated the wall. Hey, you got to go for it.
You definitely do. The 80 had no choice. He had to go for it. We've seen the 76 dominate the entire race, but this is exactly what this field wanted to see. Pay attention to that 76 because it's going to be interesting to see him climb back up through the field.
Absolutely. If he can get back up there, you know, it was a go time at this point. We'll see if he can actually make waves and go as he's back there battling around with Brian. Boy, the 80 machine, boy, he trying to move old Matt Hoover up the field a little bit.
He's got that chrome front bumper hooked up to that Michelob Ultra Mac Tools machine.
Yes, he does. And that's another thing we think about. It's short track racing, folks. Bump and run.
And look at the 76 right there. He was trying to get a little bit more into it, and he ended up getting loose in 1 and 2, and that's going to take him to the end of the lead lap.
Yes, it is. Boy, it's still a good battle. The 80s bounce back up there, Brian. So we got battles all over the place here. Up front, we got one good one. All race long, Royce has been dominating out front. Now the 80, I mean, he did what he did. I didn't see anything wrong on his end. He basically almost just lost the car going into the turn because he drove it in so hard. And, well, it was a good saving grace that I guess bad that the 76 man got caught up, but it was good for the 80 because he used the 76 as a crutch.
Yes, he did. And it's short track racing. This is to be expected. It's going to be interesting. The 76, he's got to keep his patience. He's got to keep driving like he's in the league. Because right now, I can guarantee you, he's probably fuming under that helmet. But he's got to keep his patience on him and drive like he was for the first 3/4 of this race.
Yeah, it is. Matt Hoover looking on the inside of the 80 machine there for the 4th place. And if he can't get a little bit up there, notice he did fix his damage. So he's got his car out there. He's flirting with disaster, hitting that apron, though.
Yes, he is. I think Matt's just being conservative. This is his first time running around the guys. He just doesn't. You don't want to come into a new league and just use your chrome bumper like that and just, hey, you want to earn the respect of the other drivers.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's still running really good right now. Currently sitting in 5th. I mean, that Brian and that 80 machine, he's definitely out there driving around. He says, I got enough tools to fix this thing. I need to bring it back. It just was one of those things. Drove it hard in there, and we talked about it, Davis. You've got to. Somebody had to drive it hard. Drive the 76. They had to do something.
Yeah, and it definitely made it interesting for us.
Yes, it did. I mean, and you know, everybody was out there like, well, man, he just drove him dirty. He probably did this. Well, no. I mean, the 76 of Royce has dominated out front, and they knew if they let him get up front and go and clean air, it probably was over with.
Yeah, but that's another thing we haven't talked about much tonight is the clean air. As you wouldn't think it being, you know, a sim, but hey, everything is so realistic on these cars. Just look at the number 95 of Al. He's got that clean air, and he's brought it out to a 1.3 second lead.
And it does. It makes a difference. Everybody thinks here, well, it's just a game, just a sim. It's only virtual wise. Well, no, because they've made it realistic as a point of you get out there, you run your own line, you keep going, and right now Al out front, he's just hoping he can hang on to it for another 10 laps as they come across the line here. And he's got a bad fast Brian in the 80 machine coming up there.
Yeah, that Brian's on a mission as we see the 77 of Scott Page get into the wall a little bit, and that's going to open the door for Matt Hoover to go around him.
It is. Matt's going to get there. Terry's going to come up there. Watch that 76 of Royce. He's slowly but surely. He's got enough time still to march to the front. Just got to be very patient and methodical about it.
Yeah, we've getting 9 laps left. I don't think there's going to be much patience left under his helmet.
Absolutely not. Well, he's running some very fast lap times out there. 21.0s. He's the fastest guy on the track. So he definitely can bring it up there. He's just got to run his own race and get back up there. The question is, when he gets back up out of that 80 machine, oh, wow, what's going to happen?
Well, I think personally, I think the 80's he's probably not going to give him much of a fight because he knows he's faster than him. But then again, you know, you never know.
Well, let's look at it here. 2.8 seconds is what the 76 is to Jeff out front. He's running 21.23s to a 21.274. If he runs at that pace, he's going to run out of time.
Yes, he is. He's got to try something here. He's got to dig every single thing he can in that car and see what he can make out of it and see if he can come back and get the win.
Absolutely. He's going to have to knock seconds off instead of tenths. Tenths not going to get it done. Just going to run out of time. As they cross the line with 7 to go, he's working on Matt Hoover right there for that spot. Matt's in third. At 76 is going to stalk him a little bit around here. As Brian out there in the second spot, he's ahead of these guys by a good second.
Yep, and right now, if we have a caution, this race is over.
Yes, yep. Actually, in the next lap it'll be over. Yeah, to go 5
Give it about
laps.
20 seconds.
Yeah, about 20. Yeah. But you know what? Hats off to these guys. With this kind of track and condition, they've had some pretty really good long green flag runs.
Yeah, they really have. I'm really impressed with these drivers here, especially it being a short track racetrack, like you said. And they've been able to put on some really clean, good racing tonight.
Absolutely. With the 76, he's diving on the inside there to try to take that third spot away. Door to door, you know, Brian and Jeff up back there, they're going to love this. They're rooting on the new guy here. Matt, hold him up. Matt almost lost it going into the turn, though.
Yeah, and I'm looking right now. The leader just ran a 21.393. Brian in second ran a 21.164.
Wow. You know, Matt also drove that thing up into the wall and almost got stuck on it.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. Go dig it.
Absolutely. It's go time. 3 to go here. Now look at old Brian Miskell back there in the 5th spot. He's got Terry Renard all over his back deck lid.
Yeah, they were side by side right there for a minute. It's the number 4 of Terry. He's going to get a run on the 33, and it's going to be interesting to see if he's able to pull off that pass in the closing laps.
Yeah, it is. They come across the line, 2 to go. Next time by, that man out front in the 95 of Jeff. He was in the right place, right time, and might score a victory here tonight. As when he crosses the line, he'll have 1 more to go.
Joe, and another thing to keep an eye on, the number 76 of Royce is right behind the 80 of Brian.
Oh, boy, I tell you what. Will he try to as white flags out one more time for that man? I think all Jeff's got to do is just cruise that thing. We'll see if the 76 puts the bump and run on him. We'll watch this battle as they come down the back stretch here. Davis heading into 3. As Royce, is he close enough to get to him? I don't think he quite is. Our winner tonight's going to be Jeff Owl. And coming across the line, second, third is going to be that 80 of Brian. And Royce is going to finish this thing in 3rd. What a race.
Yeah, I think Royce could have got to him if he wanted to, but that was a great show of sportsmanship. He knew it was an accident with the 80. He knew he had to try something, so he let it slide that time. So it was a really great display of sportsmanship.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, that man out there, that's going to be one happy camper right there. Oh, Jeff Owl.
Yeah, who would have thought it? Who would have thought at the middle of this race? I mean, I did not see Jeff Owl winning this one, and wow, he stole the victory.
Yeah, I mean, did very good out there. You know, obviously Royce out here dominating, but sometimes strategy pays off. Right place, right time. That's what you have to have.
Yes, sir, it is.
I'm gonna bring these guys down here and let you get a talk with them.
Inform on that one.
All right, well, let's bring up the 3rd place man there. Royce dominated a lot of the race here tonight, but came up just a little short. Let's bring him up here and get a word in with him there for you, Davis.
Hey, Royce, this is Davis Richards up here in the OSR Network booth. Man, we watched you dominate that race, and on that last restart, you and Brian got into it a little bit. What was going through your mind?
Hey, Davis, how you doing? It's good to talk to you. What was going through my mind? Just try to keep it off the wall, to be honest. With the way these 8 pillars are, it's hard to tell where the turn 4 wall is going to be, so I didn't know how far up the track we wound up going, but luckily we both stayed in the wall and stayed in it, and was able to work our way back up through the field there. Had a little too much rear brake into it in 1 and 2, and almost lost it for a second time, but we brought it home.
Yeah, me and Joe, we were watching that battle between y'all, and then we were watching you. We watched you catch the 80 of Brian, And we were talking about, you said you might use the chrome horn bumper on that one when he gets to him, but what a great show of sportsmanship between y'all. And man, I gotta know, what was your secret to just dominating that race?
I mean, I'll be honest, I would say I was able to compare myself against most of the field when I was trying to come back up through, maybe in the last 20 laps or so. Being aggressive into one and being nice and easy on that brake pedal and using the most of it before either the front tires locked up with too much front brake or the rear tires locked up. And we saw what happened plenty of times when the back tires lock up, but definitely being more aggressive into turn one.
10-4 on that one. And we watched you were leading the race and you came back through the pack. But we seen Jeff Applegreen. We seen him, once he got that lead, he took off. How important was it to have that clean air up front?
Oh, it was huge, just to, you know, be able to concentrate and focus on the track, because the turn 2 wall and the turn 4 wall are actually, well, you guys know, they're a little bit different in terms of how they allow in terms of forgiveness. So the turn 2 wall will definitely sneak up on you in a hurry, and that turn 4 wall is a nice sweeping one, which allows you to get on the throttle early in between 3 and 4. So, I think everybody played it well. We got a great field of drivers out here, so I just want to thank them for, being respectful, and I hope I did the same.
Oh yeah, you definitely were, man. You were a class act out there. But as we let you go here, you got anyone out there you want to thank?
Yeah, I just want to thank you, Davis, and Joe as well. It's always cool to be able to watch these replays back and, take a look and see how you can do better. So you guys are always spot on with your coverage, so I do appreciate that. And I want to thank the league. So Next Gen, Show Me the Green, this K&N series is really cool. I think this is maybe only my second or third start in the series, maybe first start, I don't know. But I run all their Cape World Truck and Cup series as well. So they're a great bunch of guys, and I want to thank Brian, the two Brians, for inviting me in and letting me be a part of it.
Well, sounds good, buddy. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Good luck in the truck series, and good luck next week, and we'll talk to you later.
All right. See you, Davis. See you, Joe.
All right, Davis, that's old Royce right there. Man did a number tonight. Dominated a lot of the race out there. And like what he was saying, just a tricky place here. And these guys in the right place. Let's bring up the 80 machine here, Davis. Get a word in with him, second place man tonight.
Hey Brian, this is Davis Richards up here in the OSR Network booth. Man, talk to Royce about it. And when you've seen that little bit of a battle between you and Royce, what was going through your mind on that last restart?
Well, first off, I want to apologize to Royce. It made a mistake, and it cost us both a little bit, I think. That was definitely, I think, his race to win for sure. That last restart, I mean, the only thing going through my mind was trying to clear him. If I get clear him, I might be okay. And maybe hold him off a little bit, but, who knows. But all in all, it's a pretty good race, I thought.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen Royce dominate the field, and me and Joe both said it. It's like you got to try everything to get around him, because if you let him go, he's going to get a 2-3 second lead, and this race is over. So, hey, no one can blame you. It's short track racing. You did what you had to do, and no one can blame you on that one. But how did the car feel out there tonight?
Well, that honestly, I thought the car was pretty quick. I got into a little bit of an incident with Jeff there a little early. I think he tagged a wall or something, and we wound up getting together, and we both had to go into pits and get the cars fixed up, and worked my way back up through the field a little bit, and wound up getting a caution. I actually did a 2-tire stop that time to gain some track position, and was able to work my way back up towards the front, and the car felt real good. Get a little tight, through the run, but I mean, that's kind of to be expected, but overall it was a good handling car.
Well, you definitely drove that Michelob Ultra and Mac Tools car to a great finish tonight. But before we let you go, you got anyone out there you want to thank?
Yeah, well, as usual, I thank my wife and my son for putting up with me doing this stuff as much as I do. If they weren't so forgiving, I probably wouldn't be here as much. Thank Jags for taking care of our stats. She does an excellent job at taking care of all that for us. Thank any of the admins that we've got going on throughout any of these series in this league. those guys put a lot of work into this to make it what it is, you know. And I think last, I'm going to thank Michelob Ultra for putting a paint scheme together and stocking up my fridge this week.
There you go. I had a few keystones while we were watching, but hey, that's great to hear, buddy. Well, congratulations again on your second place finish, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right, Davis, that's our second place man right there, old Brian, and he gave it all he had to pull that thing off here to win it. It opened the door up for this next man, though, as I run on down here to victory lane. 95 machine there, that's right. Jeffrey Owl, this is Joe White in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir. How y'all doing tonight?
Doing good, and I tell you, on that one restart there, you saw the 80 dive down the inside. When they got together and it opened up the Red Seas for you, what was going through your mind at that time?
I don't even know. It all happened so fast.
Well, you're the winner here at Richmond under the night lights. They call you the Owl Man. Well, we're here, nighttime atmosphere. You're hooting around the track, and you look good because you're the winner here at the NGRL Show Me the Green K&N Series. How's that feel?
To get a win on my favorite track and all the iRacing feels pretty good. After the week I've had especially, it feels even better.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, you came out there you want to thank for it?
As always, my teammates, Scott Page, Terry Rennert, you guys, and the NGRL guys.
All right. Well, folks, I'm going to tell you what, that's old Jeff Owl, man, right there. Apple Green. Definitely taking the victory here. Again, congratulations on the win here tonight, Jeff.
Thank you so much, guys.
All right. Well, Davis, I'll tell you what, there's a man a few words, but he's definitely a happy camper that he pulled off this victory. What a race. I mean, it brought everything out here. Typical short track racing under the lights, tricky style track. Saw some green flag running, saw some caution, saw some awesome battling out there. You got any final words?
Well, Joe, thanks for bringing me on to this race, man. It was a really fun time watching these guys go around this 0.7 mile, I'll get it out of me soon enough, 3/4 mile track. And thanks to the league owners for putting this thing on. And we've seen some really great racing out here tonight. We see some close calls, some close battles. Hey, looking forward to next week to watching these guys try this thing again.
Absolutely. Now, that's the NGRL Show Me the Green right here. And these boys have put on a good show here tonight under the lights at Richmond. Well, tomorrow night, we got the Racing Freaks Sim Racing League, and we go to the high banks of Talladega there. Super Speedway action. Well, those guys, that's the Racing Freaks Sim Racing League, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience. So, until then, tomorrow night, fellas, this is Joe White and Davis Richards up here in the OSR Network booth. Everyone have a good night.